Welcome back to AZ Mom with Many Hats. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple tap-light ghost lantern repurposing candle jars. I burn a ton of candles in my house and I always hate to throw them away. So I always try to find ways to repurpose them. So I came across some materials I had in my crafting closet, in my crafting supplies, and I thought, I'll give this a try. So for this project, you're going to need a few simple things. You're going to need a candle jar, of course. You're going to need some interfacing that you can get in the fabric section of crafting stores. You're going to want the firm kind and the kind without the fusible webbing on the back of it. You want it to be the sew-on kind. You don't want any extra adhesive on it. And then you'll need some black fabric. I like to use this faux leather stuff that you find in the Halloween section. It really is a great addition to this project. So I'm going to set these aside and we're going to get started. Besides your fabrics, you're going to need a measuring tape, a hot glue gun, and some scissors. And then if you want to do a little extra embellishing, I used a little bit of yellow fabric to make a little moon on my, my candle landscape. And then to light the project, you want to use a flameless light, such as these tap lights or the little battery-operated candles. Do not use an actual candle in these. These are not flame retardant, they're not fire safe. So this is a tap light only and an electric light only kind of project. So let's get started. To begin with, you're going to want to measure the outside of your candle jar. Just simply measure the circumference. This particular jar is a little under 13 inches, but I'm going to go ahead and cut and measure on my interfacing a 13-inch length, and then I want to go about 3 times the height of this project, so that's about 12 inches high. And I've cut a piece of interfacing out. From this interfacing, I kept in mind the height of my candle jar, which was about 4 inches, and as I'm cutting out a ghost pattern, like I have here, you can see I have 3 little ghosts here, and I didn't go down any further than where the top of my candle jar would be. So I just freehand cut out these little ghost shapes, and now that I have them cut out, I want to draw some little faces on them. So let me set that aside. I'm just going to real quickly draw on some round eyes. Do whatever you want. You can make your faces silly, you can make them funny, you can make them goofy, whatever you want to do with them. It's really up to your imagination. These are adorable little ghosts. And this is something the kids can do too. So I've just about got my faces on my little ghosts. Again, just a Sharpie, or if you want to use, you can use crystals or whatever you have around the house. I have 3 little faces on my ghost. So I've cut my ghosts out. Now I want to do a little extra embellishing like you see on our candle lamps here. So I took that black fabric and I cut a piece of it out that was the same circumference as my jar, a little bit of overhang so I can secure it at one end. And then I simply drew a little scape and cut it out. Once I hold it up against my ghost here, you can see I have some little houses, some trees, some little pumpkins. We've got our pieces pretty much cut out now, and now we're going to actually construct our tap light. So this is where you're going to want your hot glue. Just glue a line of hot glue along the bottom, and just about to where the top of the jar will sit, about 4 inches for this particular candle jar. Then I'm just going to lay down my jar like this, making sure I match up the bottom, and then simply wrap my ghosts around, and you can see I have my base. It's that simple. Now I want to embellish the bottom, so I'm going to take my little scape, my little Halloween scape that I cut out from my faux leather fabric, and I'll do the same thing. I'll put a line of glue. This time I'm just going to do it around the bottom for now because we'll do a little extra securing once we have it on there. I'm going to do the same thing and just line it up with the bottom of my candle jar. and wrap it around. It's nice and secured, and you'll see it's now at least secured to my ghosts. Now I'm going to come back with my glue gun and just do a few little spots of glue. Got to refill my glue gun here. And I'm just going to tack down the little parts of the landscape. I have my tree here. And of course you can come back and secure as you need it once you get it lit, because once you put the light in, it might look a little bit different. And actually, if you don't secure the entire thing down, leave it a little bit, just a little bit loose. Leave your little pieces of your landscape a little bit loose. It gives it a little bit of a shadowy effect. Here I have the bulk of my project done. You can see I have my ghosts on, I have my little cityscape on, my Halloweenscape. I'm going to add my little moon just for a little bit of embellishment, and I think I'll put it maybe behind the tree here. So I'm simply going to put a little drop of glue on there and stick it to my lantern, and here we go. Turn my tap light on. Drop it in there, and I have an adorable Halloween lantern. Very easy project, repurpose some items. Come back again to azmomofmanyhats.blogspot.com. You can find this video or other videos on the AZ Mom of Many Hats YouTube channel. I hope to see you next time. Have a great time with these crafts, and I'll see you next time on AZ Mom of Many Hats.